When Dapo walked into our house and saw my mother, I felt his hand twitch in mine. Her wine glass paused mid-air, trembling. Their eyes met, and the silence that followed was louder than any scream. I didn't know it then, but I had brought my fiancé to meet the woman he used to sleep with, my very own mother. They met at the University of Lagos. Ifeoma, bright, bold, the only child of a wealthy Igbo textile tycoon. Dapo, tall, charming, from humble beginnings in Agege, struggling to balance class and hunger. Their first conversation was over a shared textbook. Their first kiss was on a library rooftop. He called her Wanyoma. She called him my son when Lagos rains. She supported him, bought him lunch, gave him money for his hostel rent, even paid his final year school fees anonymously. She didn't care about his status. She believed in his potential. But fate had other plans. After graduation, Ifeoma was posted to Zamfara for her NYSC youth service. They promised to stay in touch. But distance in Nigeria is not just kilometers. It's network issues, bad roads, and time. They called, then texted, but it all slowly stopped. One day a text went unanswered. Next thing, 2 days have gone by, 3 days, 4 days, a week goes by. And just like that, silence bloomed between the two, and communication stopped. Dapo didn't chase because he felt he had nothing to offer Ifeoma but dreams. And dreams cannot feed love forever. Back in Lagos, Dapo struggled. He slept on friends' couches. He applied for jobs that never called him back. Ate once a day. Until one day his roommate Kola, who was more streetwise and unfiltered, gave him some advice. Bro, you're wasting that your fine face and gym body. Older women date this Lagos. We go pay for man like you. No dull yourself, guy. Dapo resisted at first, but desperation wears down even the proudest. Then one night at a high-end wine bar in Lekki, he met an older woman called Mrs. Martins. She was widowed, wealthy, and dressed in gold lace. She had eyes like fire and a laugh like red wine. At the bar, she sent him a drink, and he walked over to her. By the following week, he was in her hotel suite, unofficially her sugar baby. With Mrs. Martins, Dapo lived a life he never imagined. Weekend getaways, designer clothes, gifts wrapped in silk ribbons. She called him her young lion. He simply called her Madame. They made love in hotel jacuzzis, in boutiques after hours, in places too expensive for men like him to dream of. But it was a transaction. And deep down, Dapo knew that he was slowly losing himself. Yes, she paid. But slowly he began to realize that he was treading a path of destruction. A year later, at a tech conference in Abuja, Dapo saw her again. Ifeoma, glowing, confident, still breathtaking. Dapo, she called. He turned. The spark lit again instantly. They picked up where they had left off, laughter, shared memories, and quiet apologies. This time, Dapo was determined to make things work. He ended things with Mrs. Martins. He gave her no explanation. He simply told her he couldn't do it anymore. 6 months later, he proposed to Ifeoma with a simple silver ring and shaking hands. She said yes with tears and a kiss. Dapo felt reborn until the past returned. After the proposal, they traveled to Enugu so that Ifeoma could introduce Dapo to her family. She walked in first. Dapo followed. And to Dapo's surprise, Mrs. Martins emerged from the dining room, glass in hand, a smile on her lips. That was until she saw him. Her smile dropped. The glass trembled. "Mommy," Ifeoma said brightly, "this is Dapo, my fiancé." The room froze. Dakpo's face went pale. Mrs. Martins blinked slowly, then said, "Welcome." Her voice was flat and nervous. Her eyes screamed. After that day, Dakpo changed. He became withdrawn, distracted, sometimes distant during conversations, and he refused intimacy. Ifeoma noticed, and she asked him, "Dakpo, why have you changed? Dakpo, talk to me." He denied it. She asked again, "Is there someone else? Is there something you're hiding?" He tried to hold the lie together, but she continued to press him. Tears forming from her eyes, she said, "If you won't tell me what's wrong, I'll take this ring off and I'll walk away and you will never see me again." And that finally broke him. They sat in his apartment. Dakpo took a deep breath. "I didn't know she was your mother, Ifeoma. I'm so sorry. I swear. I was involved with her before we met again at the tech conference. But as soon as we met, I ended it. I never imagined, never in this world, that she would turn out to be your mother." Ifeoma sat still, cold. "Involved? What do you mean, involved?" she asked. "You mean you were sleeping with her? With my mother?" He nodded, ashamed. Ifeoma gasped in disbelief. "Did you love her?" "No, never. It was just survival. I was desperate. I couldn't get a job after university. I tried. I searched everywhere. Nobody would offer me a job. This was my only way out to survive. It was just simply survival. But Ifeoma, I love you." Ifeoma walked out that night. She left her engagement ring on his table, and she left without speaking another word. The following day, she burst into her mother's house. "You were sleeping with Dakpo, Mommy, and you said nothing." "Mama, I'll let you know that I've ended it with him when he finally opened up and told me the truth," Ifeoma said softly. "How could you, Mom? How could you? Are you not ashamed? A man half your age, my fiancé for that matter. Were you ever going to tell me?" "My dear, I simply wanted to protect you." "No, Mama. You wanted to protect yourself. You wanted to protect your shame." And that was the last the two of them ever spoke. Weeks went by, and Ifeoma and her mother never spoke again. The engagement between Ifeoma and Dakpo never recovered. Ifeoma, needing to get away from the whole thing, moved to Cape Town in South Africa to run one of her father's branches. Dakpo left Lagos and opened a barbershop in Ibadan. The two never saw each other again. They say in our land, when you lie in the sun too long, your shadow becomes a stranger. And when mothers keep secrets, their daughters inherit their curses. May your past never sit across from your present. And may your truth come before your shame. And may love, real love, not die in the silence of pride. This is also a warning to be careful of the decisions you make in desperate times. And to those who are wealthy and affluent, do not use your wealth and affluence to take advantage of those in desperate situations. Until next time.